It's a beautiful, beautiful morning and a fantastic way to start a new tour of 10 Texas state parks, mostly in the Gulf Coast region. I will come to find these parks to be some of the most unique in Texas, but I'll get to that more later. Good morning. I'm Jay. I'm coming to you from Lockhart State Park. If you've been an artist for any period of time, you probably have had one of two things happen. One, you bought a whole bunch of art supplies. You weren't really sure what you wanted or needed, and now you got a bunch of stuff that you don't really love to use. Or two, some well-intentioned friend or family member gave you a gift for Christmas or your birthday, and it's an art supply that's great. It was given with love. God bless you. But it's probably not something you're going to put to use in your daily practice. So your options are, you could eat it if it's paint like Van Gogh, or you could let your kids play with it, or you could do what we're going to do today. This is a whole bunch of acrylic paint, and I am not the biggest fan of acrylic. No offense if you love it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pair of paintings since I'm going to two parks today. So we'll start with the green acrylics that I have, prime the map. We'll do a hike and head to the course to do a painting. Okay, we're just going to eradicate that central green. Gosh, this guy's powerful. If you're like me, you might expect some uniformity in the signage for Texas state parks, but that's just not the case. I've seen wild fonts, all caps, serif, sans serif, but that's not what separates Lockhart from other parks. Nor is it the work of the Civilian Conservation Corps. It's not even the presence of a swimming pool. No, in my mind, what really separates Lockhart is its central attraction. So the palette I'll use today will be titanium white, yellow ochre, there's cad red light, and a little terra rosa. And it's hard to see, but in the corner here I've put some burnt umber. And I'm using a homemade pushad. It's just a cigar box. This is a lid from another one. I think the lacquer will allow me to wipe it clean when I'm done. So trying something different. Given that Lockhart is really built around this golf course, I wanted to do a green underpainting reminiscent of golf, and I want to paint that green that's behind me. But to do it, I'm going to paint using red, green's complement, on top of this. So the final painting on the map should have little bits of green poking through, but it'll be done mostly as a kind of monochrome in red. I was so excited to have a place to paint out of the heat of the sun that I didn't check the gazebo for other occupants. Fortunately, the wasps appreciated that I left them alone, and they left me alone to do my painting. Here you can see in the split screen view that I'm just mapping out the horizon and the basic shape of the green. I'm also going to try to put the agave plant in the foreground, but I just want to get a basic idea of the shapes and where they're going to be later when I add detail. Now, with all that dark green in the sky, it would be hard for me to move forward and determine relative values if I didn't at least give some idea of how light the sky should be. So I'm going to put that in first pretty quickly. The day is really starting to heat up, and I'm super thankful for this shelter. Another key value indicator is going to be the darkest spot in the painting, and I want that to be behind the flag, sort of flagging it to be the focal point, with that contrast of dark value behind and high chroma red in the front. Ooh, this red/pink feels a little weird, and as I move along, it doesn't really start to feel better very quickly. This is pretty common for me. I'll get to a point in the painting where it's a little early, it's not coming together really smoothly or really quickly, and I can start to hate the painting. But I do have to remind myself that that's part of it, and I just have to get back to work and know that it will resolve itself in some way, perhaps not perfectly, but it will get better as long as I put in the work. As I've said, I have a plan to visit a second park today, and I've let it get pretty late in the afternoon. So it's time to pack up and head out. I wish I could take a dip in the pool, but even more, I want to do a companion to this painting, a priming in red with a painting in green. So I've got to head to the next park. I hope you'll meet me there in the next video. Thanks for watching.